herzlich willkommen.
Hello and welcome. My name is Herbert Teissel. I'm Chief Retail Officer of Lyconet International. In the next weeks and months, I will use this webinar series to discuss everything with you regarding merchant marketers, sales process, small and medium-sized enterprises, and I would like to show to you how great the work of a merchant marketer is, what possibilities you have to increase your income, how to boost your career level, and how to become a successful merchant marketer. What qualifies me to be the presenter of this webinar series? Well, on the one hand, I've been in network marketing since 1986. That means I have already had a few years of experience that I would like to pass on to you. And I've been in our company since 2008. I've started as a marketer and then joined the company in 2010 as part of it. Since 2015, I've been responsible for small and medium-sized enterprises and merchant marketers. I also grew up in a family business. My parents had 5 restaurants in Austria, and as a child I learned what it means to be a small business owner or entrepreneur in general. What challenges you have to struggle with, what difficulties you have to overcome, and therefore I can give you some impressions in this respect as well. Now, especially in these times dominated worldwide by Corona, it is more important than ever to point out how important our small and medium-sized entrepreneurs are. They have to fight fiercely to survive. And it is now that we see how many small business owners do not make it and have to shut down their business. It is precisely these entrepreneurs who provide the majority of people with a job. So they are the biggest employers in every country. Small business owners are actually the ones who come up with the majority of innovations, and when added together, they are the ones with the highest tax revenues. The small and medium-sized businesses are actually the backbone of every country. And with our program, with our Cashback World Partner Program, we have an opportunity to offer these companies support, to generate more sales, to gain more customers, to have more and more loyal customers, and as a result, more income. We have a moral obligation to support these companies. Because I think 80% of you are not full-time network marketers, but I think rather part-time marketers, and most of you, about 75%, have a job in a small or medium-sized company. This alone qualifies our small business owners that we offer them the support they need. I still don't understand, and I will probably not understand it for the next 100 years either, that there are people who actively advise their marketers against becoming merchant marketers, who actively advise them not to bring merchants into the program. They often say, no, that is too complicated, it takes too much time, you don't earn anything with this, we have online shops, we have e-vouchers and all of this anyway. Well, I can only say one thing. Try to have a nice glass of wine with your partner online, somewhere in a comfortable restaurant or in a cafe. Try to take your children online to a kindergarten, or simply to try and go online to get a massage, get into the sauna, a solarium, or to the gym. Or simply go online for a manicure or pedicure. You will see that this is quite difficult. Plus, there's nothing difficult in being a merchant marketer, nor is it time-consuming. It's not more difficult than anything else in network marketing. You see, when you bring a new marketer into the program, your goal is to make that marketer successful. Your goal always is to support your marketer to make good money. That your personal contact will be a positive success in this business. And this is also true for merchant marketers. A merchant marketer wants his merchant to be successful. And of course, he will explain to him how he can be successful, step by step. And people who say that we don't need this are people who do not understand our business in any way. I'm convinced that many of you have great contacts to merchants and you should take advantage of them. You will see with my series of webinars that I want to support you. That there's nothing simpler and nothing greater than bringing merchants into the program and achieving huge profits for them and for you. Well, in my opinion, it is the task of every leader to find a certain number of merchant marketers in his team and to give these merchant marketers the opportunity to make their business big, also in the SME sector. And in the following few weeks, I'll show you what this strategy should look like. I have 3 goals with this webinar. If you aren't a merchant or marketer yet, one goal is to convince you to become one. My second goal for all those who are already merchant marketers is that I can give you more tips, more information, that I can show you how you can achieve a better completion rate, and give you some tips concerning your professional life. How you can improve your sales pitch, where to start, which USPs, or as they are also called, unique selling points that our product has, and how you can convince your merchant more and better. And the third goal is to show leaders how, with the right strategy, they can not only increase their career levels, but also achieve a passive income. My webinars will last roughly about 15 to 25 minutes. And I really do ask you to watch them step by step. So start with the first one, move on to the second, then to the third, and so on and so forth. And I think it's a good advice to have a piece of paper and a pen ready for taking notes if there's something very interesting for you. You will see in these webinars that selling our loyalty program is a lot of fun. I will give you some evidence by introducing the top merchant marketers and the top merchants in the world in a series of interviews. We have merchant marketers who have hundreds and even thousands of merchants in their team and who automatically get to career levels 4, 5, 6, 7 every month through the purchasing volume of their customers alone. So I would like to introduce these people to you. I want to show to you who they are, and maybe they will reveal some of their secrets and tell you how they managed to become so successful. Because I think we all agree on one thing. There's nothing better than, for example, being at a seminar or being on vacation and waking up in the morning and knowing that thousands of my customers are currently shopping at hundreds of my partner companies. They buy their breakfast buns or coffee, have their breakfast at one of my partners, and that's the only reason I've already reached the next career level. And that should be our goal, that it works automatically. Okay, then I would say let's start right away. Let's talk about the sales process itself right at the beginning. What is the sales process? The sales process is every single part from the start. So actually, how do I become a merchant marketer? And then I start with a contact list, straight to completion in order to become a loyalty merchant. And he provides me then again with recommendations. And so the circle of this sales process is completed. And this sales process will help you, if you apply it correctly, to get from possibility to reality. A lot of people jump within the sale process from A to C, from D to F and so on, and they don't complete the whole cycle. If you learn how to work through the cycle, you will see that A, it is very easy, so no rocket science promised, and B, you achieve significantly better results with it. Basically, in order to start a real sales process, you need common goals. Goals that a merchant marketer has and that coincide with the goals of our company. And I would like to show to you the most important goals that we should have in common, and you will see that you will surely agree with me. The first goal is to have an attractive product. an attractive product that is easy to use. That means that I don't have to be trained for it for a long time to be able to use it. It must be a market-based product with common applications. It has to be tailored to the merchant, to small and medium-sized businesses. And it has to have an optimal price-performance ratio, and we certainly have no competitors when it comes to price-performance ratio. For example, if you as an entrepreneur would like to buy a customer relation management program, or CRM as it's also called these days, and then you're welcome to do so. There are many providers and the costs are between €99 to €299 a month. Then you have a product, namely a CRM. We also have a CRM, but that is just one of many components in our software solution for the entrepreneur. So we have a lot more in there. We have newsletter tools, customer service tools, etc., etc. I will get back to that in more detail later. So firstly, an attractive product as a common goal. The second common goal is an attractive sales commission, and I think that is definitely given. We have an excellent sales commission. In most countries, it is about €400 in cash commission and 800 shopping points for the Boost program. You can find your sales commission in the download area on the Lycanet website. In the total price list of all countries, you can find your respective commission. So I think the second goal also has been achieved. The third goal is a uniform sales presentation. That does not necessarily mean that you have to use our standardized material, but that you have a uniform sales presentation and always do the same. Of course, I recommend that you use the presentation provided in the download area. It is available there as a PowerPoint or as a PDF, but if you want to use your own, with your own words, do so. Just keep using the same presentation and don't jump once to that and once to the other, and don't always come up with something extra. Use just one presentation and work it through. The fourth goal is a high completion rate. I believe this is your goal as much as it is ours. A high completion rate means that I have a high number of hits and I don't waste too much time with new conversations. And the high completion rate is achieved by training a merchant marketer well, for example, through the Merchant Marketer Online Seminar. I will come back to that shortly. But to provide them also with good information, and you can get this on our Facebook channel for merchant marketers. So, if you are a merchant marketer, feel free to participate. You can, of course, also achieve a higher completion rate through special trainings that will also be covered by this webinar. Another goal is the ideal final expansion of the region. For me and for you, this means that you have good infrastructure in your area where you start and a good mix of industry. By mix of industry, I mean that you bring merchants into the program who A, offer excellent quality products or services, and B, are different merchants with everyday products. Or maybe products needed weekly or several times a month. In any case, we are not supposed to be saviors of businesses on the verge of bankruptcy. What we are looking for are good merchants, well-positioned merchants, with good products and good services, and a sufficient number of merchants in this area to be built up. That should be at least 25 different merchants, with maybe even a few branches per 10,000 inhabitants. And last but not least, the common goal is service culture, which for me is made up of two parts. On the one hand, of the national company, the My World national company, via telephone, via email, or also via U-Term. And on the other hand, of you as a merchant marketer. That means you make your purchases at your merchant. For example, you have brought a hairdresser into the program. So where will you get your haircut? At your hairdressers, of course. If you do it elsewhere, it is your own fault, and then you simply don't understand what our business is all about. So you go to your hairdresser, you will answer any questions he or she has, and you will give them some tips and advice while you get your hair cut. on how to make better use of products and how to address customers and gain more customers. Generally, you can turn sales into science. If you enter, I want to sell or I want to sell a product, what do I have to do? In a search engine, you will find a few 100,000, maybe 1 million websites with tips and advice on selling, where seminars are offered to you from €9.90 up to €89.90 for 1 year, for 2 years, lasting forever, where you get PDFs, PowerPoints, videos, etc., you name it. But basically, you don't need any of that, because selling is so easy. You just have to consider the following. First, the merchant will buy a product from you when he has identified a problem or a need. Secondly, he will only buy this product when this problem or desire is so deep-rooted in his head that he is willing to spend money or time on it. Thirdly, the product must meet his needs or his problem. And fourth, you have to ask the business owner if he wants to buy it. That's it. No bigger secret behind it. So the merchant needs a problem or a need. It has to be so decisively anchored in his head that he is willing to spend money or invest time. The product must solve his problem or meet his need. And if you have to ask him if he would like to buy it. So, the sales pitch itself could be summarized in 3 short phases. Firstly, there's the needs analysis, what does the merchant want? Second, the solution presentation, a suitable, bespoke product. And third, the question of completion. And that's where a lot of people have difficulties. Therefore, I will come back to that in the course of these webinars. But let's briefly come back to the subject of Merchant Marketer Online Seminar, because many of you may not be merchant marketers yet. You can easily become one by purchasing the Merchant Marketer Online Seminar in the Benefit Store on the Lycanet website. Yes, you got it right. You buy it. It costs €49 and you can pay these €49 with benefit vouchers until the end of 2020. Why does it cost anything? First of all, as we all know, €49, what costs nothing is worth nothing. And secondly, if someone is not willing to pay €49 for a product that A, helps him build his business, and B, elevates him personally, strengthens him personally, and gives him knowledge, then please do not become a merchant marketer. You don't have to be one. So, only if you want to become one, go for it. Nobody is forced to become a merchant marketer. The Merchant Marketer Online Seminar is a basic seminar, which means it is not a special training. You will not become Mr. Professor Salesman after the seminar. That's not my goal at all. And it shouldn't be your goal either. The seminar prepares you to properly explain the product to a merchant. Nothing more, but nothing less either. And that's all you need. Because as I said, the product is simple, and you will learn the most important things about selling in this Merchant Marketer Online Seminar. The seminar is divided into 4 parts. After each part, there's a test that you have to pass 80% correctly. If you fail the test, you must repeat it until you pass it. So you have several attempts. In part 1 of the Merchant Marketer Online Seminar, you will learn everything about our company. My World, Cashback World, Lycanet, the foundations, etc. Facts, figures, data. And you will learn everything about the product itself. The Cashback World Partner Program and the Cashback World Premium Partner Program, what software it includes, the U-Term, the Merchant Lounge, etc. You name it. In the second part, we start the sales pitch with the preparation for the sales pitch. So, whom do I invite? How do I invite him or her? How do I start the conversation? What should I pay attention to? Which materials should I have ready? The preparation for the conversation, etc. The third part is about the sales pitch itself. That means, how do I present my solution to the merchant? And the fourth part is split into administration and how do I start with the merchant the right way? The regional build-up, but also answers to this question, how do you react correctly, etc. There will also be a fifth part shortly, which will deal exclusively with the online registration of the merchant. I will inform you in time about it. If you have completed this seminar, you will receive an email with a test user access for the Universal Terminal, the so-called U-Term, the merchant's software. There you can do everything that the merchant does. You can test it by designing a newsletter, creating a customer survey, entering a transaction, etc. You can test all of this. And if you do this in self-study, you will need about 1 hour, maybe 30 minutes, and then you know the software and can then explain it to the merchant the right way. As a merchant marketer, you then have the opportunity to bring companies into the program that have a maximum of 10 branches and or 100 employees. So that's our definition of small and medium-sized companies. Do you have a company that has more branches, for example in America, India, Brazil? Small business owners often have up to 20, 30, 40 branches. Then first speak to the managing director or the SME department of the respective country, and they will tell you if it is considered a small or medium-sized company or if the responsibility of the regional headquarters or the key account is asked for this. So that's it for today for the first part. Maybe a brief look at what I would like to do with you in the next webinar. I would like to discuss 3 points with you. 3 main points. The first point is, why should you bring a premium partner into the program and not an acceptance point? Then, second, why should you learn to say no and when? And third, I want to talk to you about our USPs, the unique selling points that are incredible in our company. So with these unique selling points alone, you will be able to convince a merchant to buy this product immediately. He just can't say no, he must buy it. Because if you show him only 1 or 2 of these points that I will explain to you next time, every merchant who wants to be up to date and wants to promote his business will immediately say yes, please, I want to be part of that. Okay, so much for today. I hope you liked it. I hope you have been able to pick up some points for your discussion with a merchant tomorrow. I wish you all the best. See you soon.